afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the July 18th edition of Tuesday with Todd. I'm your host, Todd. How are you doing tonight, my friendly fun people? Fun, friendly people? Whatever. How you doing today? It has been a whirlwind of a day here, just trying to keep track of things, who has what, what's going where, bringing in a new product, talking to new clients, and setting up for Tuesday with Todd. Look at that. That's 2 weeks in a row. We'll do one more. That's a streak, man. Woo-wee. Might fall on right back into it. So welcome, welcome. When you get in here, let me know who you are, where you're from, and hey, if you've got something in your cup, go ahead, give a shout out to that. Still on a white monster kick. There's construction going around in our hood, and so if we hear the dogs barking, that's why they are not too keen on that. So I'd say yeah, for the most part we'll be good to go. So welcome, welcome. Tonight's edition, we're going to be talking some marketing. Now, what are we going to be talking about on marketing? The stuff that we do, the stuff that we use. So we're gonna talk to you about what we're using for email marketing, what we're using for repurposing content. We're going to talk to you about those things, what we're spending on it, and what we're looking at doing. Because there's a lot on this business side of things, and I don't think we pay attention to that. And we're definitely not asking enough. And I think that's what everybody's biggest problem is. Even if I don't know who you are, I think that's your biggest problem is you're not asking for the sale enough. How many people did you talk to today and ask for a sale? How many posts did you make? How many emails did you make? How many phone calls did you make? How many things did you do to ask for a sale today? I know it's scary, right? I don't think any of us really want to be on the phone talking to people or be in front of people talking to people, but we got to. We've got to do those things to bring those sales in. And sure, you can use some other social media platforms and ways to generate those leads to come in, and that's all in building your brand. So we're going to talk about a couple things tonight, and then sounds like I see what I said. See about a dog barking, and then going from there. That moved on me, and that shouldn't have moved on me. Maybe I can. No, it won't do that. It's doing some weird stuff over here. So we're going to talk about that. Now, what are some things that we're going to talk about? Well, it's pretty simple. It's not going to be like super overly complicated or anything, but I'm going to break it down into kind of 4 things that we do. Our word of mouth stuff, our email marketing, our social media, what we're doing on that, and then how we're repurposing content. So we're going to talk about all those things. And remember, this is a discussion, and discussions can't happen when it's just one way. So I need you guys to participate. I need you to tell me what you're doing for marketing. If you want to hold it top secret to yourself, by all means do it. But we all learn more. We can help each other out, and that's what I thought I could do on this. Now, am I a master marketer? No. Do I fumble my way through stuff? Absolutely. Do I spend way too much time doing it? And I feel that a lot of people are in that same boat. And that's why I was getting with our friend Bob over at Fresh Horizons, and we just kind of got started talking about some marketing stuff on how I can become more efficient at it. And so together, that's where the next phase of things are going. So let's check in, see how people are doing, and then from there, we're going to get right into it. So Darren, hello to you, my friend. Good afternoon. And Barb, good afternoon from north central Minnesota, where it is 71 and cloudy. Iced tea in the cup. It is 80 right now. 80 and looks sunny. But it's supposed to get down to the 50s tonight. So I think it might be a good hot tub night down there. What's up, Chuck? Always good to see you. And hello, Renee. Sunny and 78 in Chicagoland. Water in the bottle. Rye, thanks for stopping in. Kristen, hello to you. And Linda, hey, everyone. Hey, everyone to you. T-Town, how's it going to you? And Linda, Renee, can't wait until I come to Chicago area next week. It's 102 in Texas right now. Well, I think it's supposed to be 102 next week here. And it's the hot heat. You get the humidity down there? You don't have the humidity down there. You're going to love it up here. That's next week, yeah, because that's ASI. ASI is next week. Are we going? I think we're going. I better double check and make sure that we're on point with everything. And that's a rooster? That's a chicken? That's a what? That's a hot one? What is that? I don't know what that is. Marianne, right? Marianne, yeah, 103 in San Antonio. Woo! Those what? They're from upstate New York. Thanks for joining us. And I haven't I haven't hecked yet, right? I haven't. Oh, checked yet. Checked yet. That's what it is. Toledo out and about to make a smoothie or put any booze in it, or is it just going to be a regular smoothie? And it could be that hot again here next week. That's right. And right now, I'm doing a lot of Facebook posting. I've been getting a lot of return customers and recommendations from our current customers. Love that. Wendy, hello. It has been such a long time. I actually talked to Aaron here for a little bit after your guys' MOS, and I was like, maybe I'll need to stop in there. He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So hopefully all is going well with you. Morgan, hello from Morgan. Well, we're just going to call you Morgan. Morgan from Oregon. Morgan for Oregon. How are you? Turkey, 3 strikes in a row. 3 strikes in a row. It's a turkey now. It totally makes sense. I get it. I get it. I couldn't see what it was on the little screen right there. I couldn't see what it is. But now I do. Now I do see what it is, and it makes a lot more sense than what it did, 30 seconds ago. So I say, without further ado, we just kind of get into this stuff. And remember, these are general conversations. If you want to grab a notebook and some paper and whatever your writing utensil is, and because grabbing a notebook and paper is the same thing. Grab something and take some notes on it, ask some questions. I was going to do out a whole little webinar flip up on this, but to be honest with you, I ran out of time. I am a time optimist. As Aaron is optimist time. Yeah, I'm Deceptatime, right? I thought I had more time in the day, and other things just kept happening, and there was calls. And yesterday we went and helped out a fellow printer. They had some bad mamma jamma going on, and since we're down, I said, hey, we can help out with that. Let me hop in the car and head on there, and so we did that. And in fact, along the way, we decided, hey, why don't we take a side quest, take the kids, and go do a little exploring. And so we went to an old school Maid-Rite, which the kids were fascinated with. Saw a decrepit mall, which is that's how they're all going to. So the big hat at Arby's, which I hadn't, I forgot about it, and then did a little shopping, and then came back just in time to have the internet go out, which pretty much shut down the rest of our day because there was no internet. Even hotspots weren't working, so it wasn't letting us transmit data. So we did our best to get many things done and out, and that's what we've been doing today, playing catch up, getting things out, and it's been a day, right? That's the joys of being a small business owner, which is where marketing is also falling into that. It's the joys of a small business owner. You try so much but there's only so much time in the day. And yes, you could decide that, hey, you know what, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to work 6 to 6, and then I'm going to eat dinner, and then I'm going to work 7 to midnight, and that's going to be what I'm going to do every day. And that's fine if you want to do that. I personally don't want to. I got into business to be able to spend time with my family, to do things that I want to do. And the minute that it starts feeling like a job and I feel that I need to be here all the time, I have issues with it. And that's how I feel. Now, you don't have to feel that way, but I know that if something's not getting done and it needs to get done, I have to make the time for it. That's my list of 5. We start to make that list every day of 5 things that we have to get done. But for the most part, I want to be able to be done, at 4 or 5 o'clock. You figure in the beginning of the week, I'm in the office between 5 and 6, and don't leave till 5 and 6. By the time the end of the week rolls around, on Fridays, I try to have everything done by 1, 2 o'clock so I can get out of here. And then I don't touch anything until 3, until Monday. So even if orders come in, hey, we're closed. We're not shipping anything out. We're not getting anything there. So the marketing side of it does take a long time. Because you've got so much of it. Which way are you going to go with it? Do I do email marketing? Do I just post on social media? Well, how am I supposed to do all of this? We got to make the time for it, and that's choice number 1. That's the most important thing. Is you need to set some time away each week. I don't care how much time you start with, even if it's 10 minutes a week. I prefer 10 minutes a day, half hour a day, but set aside time that you're going to work on the business and you're going to work on your marketing. That's the only way things can happen, is if you make it a priority to. And I know people are like, oh, I'm so busy right now. And then when they're not busy, that's when they're freaking out. Well, that's because you didn't stay consistent with your marketing. You've got to stay consistent with it all year long. You just can't do it when it's low, because then by the time you start picking back up, that's when it's going to see, and then you're going to go through these lulls. So you want to keep it nice and even and steady across. You want to set goals for it. You want to be able to achieve things. What am I missing over here? I'm trying to see this other screen, and it's deciding it is not wanting to play along. So we're gonna get in here and see if I can make that work for it. But yes, You want to be able to keep track of these things, and it's cumbersome. I'm not going to lie and say that it's super simple and super easy to do, and anybody can do it. Well, anybody can do it. You're going to get frustrated with it. You're going to screw stuff up. How many times I sent emails out that have spelling mistakes, grammatical errors, wrong dates, things like that? Yeah, right. It happens, and you just got to roll with it. Sometimes broken links, things don't work. You go through because you rush through it. That's part of it. You're going to learn and you're going to get better with each one. So do your best to make things happen. That's what you got to do. George from Mexico. Hopefully you're having fun down there, George. From the pictures I've seen, it looks like it. Alabama. Well, Alabama, thanks for checking in. Look at that. Our good buddy Aaron over here from OSG checking in. It has been a long time. Thanks for checking in with us. And what else? I ran on hotspot for 2 days last week. Yeah, ours, it was trash yesterday. It was just really, really trash. So to try and make everything coming up on it is just, it is no bueno. Yes, automation is key. Now, this is one of the things that we're going to be moving more towards. And so I'll talk about that when we get done and we go through everything. Like I said, this is the way that I do stuff. Now, is this the right way to do it? You be the judge, right? Because if you're not doing anything, then my way is 100% the right way to do it. But you may not necessarily follow along and do step by step the same thing I do, and that's fine. If you can take one thing away from it, done my job, right? You can take one thing away, done my job. But hopefully that is that you need to market more. We all do. We all need to be better marketers at it. So when looking at marketing, like I said, for us, let's start with we'll start with email marketing. Okay. So when you're thinking about email marketing, a couple of things come to mind. What am I doing? Right? Like what is the purpose of this? So for us, on our agenda is when we were doing this a lot, and this is where I said, I talked, what was it, last week, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, about our marketing stuff where I fell off, and I quit doing a lot of stuff. And, that's where I came to crossroads to figure out, what was going on with my life, my business, what's going on. I think we've all been there. And I wanted to figure it out. I wanted to see, what were we doing? There was a time when we were sending out minimum 2 emails a week. So we're sending out 8 emails there, and we were scheduling up for newsletters. And we got away from it all. We were sending stuff out with Tuesday with Todd, boom. We were sending stuff out for bundle drops, boom. And then newsletter thing, just, if there was a sale going on, anything there, we did that. And we were having, we weren't having the greatest results with it, but it was getting open. It was getting read. People were clicking links. And some of those produced numbers, So we could say, on average, we were getting a 20% open rate. And from that, a 10% click rate. So people were coming, for this. We send it out Tuesday with Todd. Here's the links. Click on it. Here's the stuff that you need. So it helps out with that, and it's just staying consistent with it. And that's the biggest thing, is staying consistent with it, So it's tough. It's going to be tough for you to do because you got to start somewhere. You're not sure what to put in there. So for us, when it came to the email side of things, it was promoting things that we're doing. So Tuesday with Todd, here, that's what's going on. OSG has a class tomorrow. So there's that going on. Any of our affiliates that we have things going with, those are in there. So when you're looking at, on my email list, what am I doing with that? Well, what is your niche? What are things that you're doing? How can I keep my customers interested? So things that I can post in there that they will want to read, because listen, nobody wants to read about me, right? Well, I mean, sometimes they do, but for the most part, they want to grab value out of it. Because nobody likes to see their inbox filled with those irrelevant messages, right? But when you have that well-crafted email strategy, it can turn those messages into like this big feast of opportunities. And when I say feast, it comes along with feast, spam, right? Every feast has spam, right? I mean, maybe not everyone, but you get it, right? And I'm not talking about that, that canned meat that could be and can't be good. But, it's the things that find their way into your email box, and you don't want to find yourself there. That. And then the other thing that I try to do is, I want people to engage. I want people to ask questions. I want people to come back. I don't want to feel like, yep, this is some spammy crap that's going through it. So you'll find your voice. You'll go through it. You'll go through the motions, and you'll find yourself with it. Now, in the beginning, one of the most terrifying things for me was when people would hit that unsubscribe button. Like, it felt like a kick in the junk. I'll be honest with you, when somebody unsubscribed. It is totally like that. It's to me, it's totally like that. We need to talk message. Like, oh, like, thanks. I'm not providing you with enough compelling or valuable content that to keep you engaged and wanting more. So somewhere you decided to lose interest in me and you hit that thing. It's kind of like you fall into that Netflix series where you're like, man, this is good, and about halfway through, you're like, I'm done, and you just don't go back to it, right? And that's what we don't want. We want to build those long-term relationships. Now, I thought that the unsubscribe button was, a bad thing, but then as I did it more, I realized it's not a bad thing, because if they're unsubscribing, that's fine. That's cool. You don't want to hear my content. Cool. You're not hearing it. But the people that are still there, so it's getting me closer. So if we have 10 people and 2 unsubscribe, now we have 8, but these are 8 people that want me, and then it goes down. So the more that I'm subscribed, the less you're getting, the quicker you're finding your core people. So don't be afraid. Be a fraud. Don't be a fraud. Don't be afraid of those unsubscribes. That's just part of it. You're going to have those. I think even the best ones have it, and a lot of it you'll learn. Hey, what do I do with this? What do I don't do with this? How does it work? A lot of it comes into you just doing it. Now, one of the important things is your email subject line. Okay, I mean, if you really want to compare what an email subject line is, it's kind of like the first date, right? I mean, if it's boring or unoriginal or misleading, chances are there's not going to be a second date, right? So it's imperative to make that initial first good impressive. That impressive first impression. See, I can't speak that. Otherwise, you end up getting ghosted, right? They don't open, they don't do nothing. So you want to make sure to use those subject lines to make that enticing promise to your reader. You want to get them to open. You want them to get them to chit chat. You want them to engage. You want them there with that, because you need to, right? We need them to get them to open. We can send out as many, but we need those people to open, and it starts with the subject line. So you want to make sure that you have those nice, fun, engaging subject lines that are going to make people want to open up your emails. What do we got here? T-Town said, I like to throw whatever I want to post into ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a great resource. I ask it, does it all look good? And they fix what needs to be fixed or add what needs to be added. Great there. See, ChatGPT, that's another good reason to use it. Spectrum, just send us a new router so internet is faster, but it's the upload speeds. Oh, how's that? How's that rolling out for you? And Wendy says, we have a weekly marketing thing. We create a blog, an email, and daily social media posting. I plan these themes out quarterly. Take pictures of everything you do for these purposes. Absolutely. So Wendy has a great thing right there. She's got a plan. She's got a marketing plan. Wendy could probably tell me, let's see, we're in July. She can tell me what they're doing in October, because it's by, right, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Maybe not October, but pretty close to it, because she has it planned out quarterly on what they're going to do. And so that's a big part of this, is planning, right? Because when you plan stuff, it's easier to create content for it. If we know, hey, we're going to do this, this, and this, I can just create content for this, this, and this, because it's going to go out on this, this, and this. And it just makes it easier. When you're just sitting here like, all right, what am I going to post about? What am I going to talk about? What am I going to do? Right? Well, that's a little harder. So you can sit down and make that plan. So that's the first thing, is create that content calendar. If you're going to send stuff out weekly, you need to think of weekly things to do. How am I going to put it out there? Am I going to be, theme related? Is it going to be holiday related? Is it going to be, what is it going to be related to? How are you going to do it? And what message are you going to send with that? Aaron said he's excited about Class with Dane and AI graphics. That's tomorrow, 7 p.m. OSG. Aaron, I don't think I have the link handy right here. If you have the link handy, post it up and I'll get it shown there so you can go through that. And Chuck was asking the air if they're sending out any info prior to the training. Scheduled to go about in about an hour and a half, Chuck. There we go. Scheduled to go out in about an hour and a half. So where were we? We were talking emails, right? So, and how one of the big things that comes up is how often should you be sending emails? I don't know, right? I mean, because you don't want them too often that they forget about you, right? Or you don't want them too often that they're like, screw this spam, boom, we're just going to hit that. but we don't want to send not enough, so they forget about us and don't remember who we are and like, who's this? So it's it's that fine line of just right? With that porridge, you just want to be there with it. You want to know what you're doing, how you're doing it, but it's email marketing, right? It's not a salsa class, right? You're gonna figure this out, but I can't say yes. This is exactly how many times you need to email. This is the time of day you need to do it. This is the day you need to do it. It doesn't work that way. Um, One of the biggest things that I see in email marketing that I don't think people are doing nearly enough of is the call to actions, right? If you're sending something to somebody, there needs to be something in there that tells them what to do, right? Like, here, go do this, sign up now, buy today, join us. Here's the links, click here. That's what you need them to do. If you just have a blanket text on that, there's nothing for them to do. So why did you send that? There is nothing for them to do. So that's the biggest thing, is to make sure that if there is some kind of call to action in there for them to do, sign up to win this, click this to view this, join us here by clicking here. Have that out there. Now, when it comes to email services, we use Mailchimp. That's what we've used, and it's done us well. I mean, they have some free versions of it, and it does okay. You can fumble your way through a lot of it. You'll figure it out. I'm going to post the link in there now. Yes, it is affiliate link. Do I get any cash from it? No, they just issue credit to our account. So, if you decide to use it, go for it. If you decide not to use it, I don't care, right? But it's free it doesn't cost you anything to click our link. So put that in the comments there. Put that in there. There it is for that. Now we use that. There's plenty of other ones out there. You're going to find the one that's the right fit for you. This one has worked for us. Now we had to go on the paid side of it, and even on the paid side of it, it still doesn't do everything we need. We need to go up to the next level, but we're already paying $65 a month for it. So when you look at some of this stuff, you've got marketing costs in it, right? Now, $65 for email marketing. Well, does that seem like a lot to you? To me, for what I get and what I wasn't using it for, yeah, I wasn't using it nearly enough. But when I can look back and see, when links are clicked and purchases are made, and when one email can generate $1,000 in sales, $65 is nothing, right? So that's why you need to, continuously put things out there. So 65, yeah. Going up to the next one, so I can schedule it. So when I send out an email, like, I can schedule the time, right? I can say it's going to send it out at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whatever. What I can't schedule is that it's going to go out 8 o'clock in every time zone. I need to go to the next level for that. Is that something that I need to do? I don't know, especially with this, and especially what we have planning coming up. I think we're going to be able to get rid of a lot of the systems that we use because of that. But email marketing, super simple. They said you can get into it for free. You've already got orders, you've already got customers, you've already got their contact information. What are you doing with that? You're just sitting on it, right? So send them some emails. Maybe you got a new product in, show off a new product. Maybe you got a new system in, show that off. Maybe you're going to be at an event, talk about it. Just put some information out there for it. And when he says, if you do vendor events, there's always that downtime. I use that to work on my themes. It also helps me stay motivated at those events too. Absolutely. Now, we did an event this past weekend, and I spoke on it, and I got great feedback from it. But when we were doing it, I was talking to the other people at the show, and we right now, there's 3 jobs that could be in the works from it that we got to bid out. And it was just talking to those other people about, well, here's what we did. Here's what we did for thing. We did the banner printing, we did the backdrops, we did the signs, we did this. And they're like, wow. I said, yeah. And we did it all in like 3 days because the other person fell through. And they're like, oh, even better. So we got to, carry on that conversation. So, you're talking with people, you're working on your business. That's what you're doing. And Brian cannot say that enough or loud enough. All marketing should have some type of CTA, which is a call to action, folks. Or it can't be effective. Absolutely. If you're not asking them to do something, what's the point of it, right? What's the point of it? Like when we make posts on social media, and we'll talk about that one next, there's things on there where there's just awareness. There's just awareness. But there's other ones where we want them to do something. Those are the ones that's linked for this show. Put it out there. Hey, join us here. Here's the time. Here's the link. Click it. Join us. That's what we do. There needs to be something out there for it. Right. Aaron said, Brian, you seem sure about that. Stop yelling at us. Yell louder so everybody can hear you. That's what we need to do, right? Yell louder. So, I mean, that's email. Anybody have anything else they want to add? Anything else they want to talk about? Anything with that? Let me know. We'll come back to it. But email marketing, super simple for that small business owner to be able to do. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as complicated as you make it. So, take a look at it. Take a look at it. Take a look at it. Now, one of the easiest things out there is word of mouth, right? Like word of mouth. Now this is the gossip marketing, right? It's how gossip works. It goes mouth to mouth. It gets spread here. It's how while if you were of my age in your 40s, it pre-internet times, if you were in high school in the 90s and there was a story about a certain rock singer who had a rib taken out to do something else, like how did that get around? We didn't have the internet to spread that. It was gossip from one person to one person to one person to one person. And that's what word of mouth marketing is. It spreads faster than the Canadian wildfire right there, right? And if it's positive, it can boost your reputation sky high. That's why you need to project what your business is, your feelings on things at all times. If there's something that you think might offend somebody, it probably is going to offend somebody. And if it's somebody that if you think you're going to lose business over it, don't post it or keep everything private. Once stuff's out there, it's out there. So just be really mindful of the things that you say and do out there. Now, when it comes to word of mouth, what's easier, to for people to understand than that positive reviews from those satisfied customers, right? Like when somebody says, "Yo, I got this from Todd. He hooked us up on this. He takes care of us on this. We anytime we need anything, we just go to him." It's the same thing with this, right? We want to have that. If they're happy, they're going to tell their friends about you. Magic, instant marketing. When they're not happy, they're going to tell your friends about it. Magic, marketing. This is why even when problems come up, you need to take care of those problems. Even if you don't have a solution, relay that to the customer. Hey, I don't know. Let me see what I can find out because I'm not 100% sure. And I don't want to give you the wrong information. Now, people are going to yell and people are going to scream and do whatever. That's how the society that we live in now, where everybody is the only customer and the only issue you should worry about. And you really have to bite your tongue sometimes to say things that you don't want to say, unless you don't care. And then you just cut them off and go whatever. But, that initial, that word of mouth, that's, what's going to travel on it. Now, when it comes to word of mouth, two things that I feel really help out is those testimonials. So, it's like talking to that friend who whispers that best advice in your ear. Like, me, I got the monkeys. It's like this monkey here telling me, do good things. Everything's awesome. You're going to be there. Not this guy over here that's, is trying to get me in trouble. Having those friends, that give you the best advice, that's what they are. People like when you look at things, just look at social media in general. Somebody says, hey, who has a good plumber that they use? Right? They ask that on Facebook. They are valuing what their friends are saying because, enough friends say the same place. Okay, it must be good. So if enough people say your name, you must be good at it. It shows customers that those potential customers, that somebody else has had a great experience with you, with your product, with your service, with everything that went along with you. So, let those satisfied customers tell your stories. And how do you do that? Ask for reviews. Like we've got it set up in our website where it asks for reviews. I think it's after 7 days after delivery, it asks for reviews. How was the product? How was the experience? How things like that. So we're asking for those reviews so we can get more of those because people have validated when they see that, here, look at this. This is okay. This is what people had to say. That's there. And it's super simple. Just ask for a review. They already made the purchase from you. Make it super simple and easy. Create a form, create a link to your Google page. There's so much that you can do, and it's super simple, super easy to do. Now, the other thing on word of mouth marketing, pretty easy to ask for referrals, right? I mean, especially when you deliver that excellent product or service, one happy customer will lead to another and another and another and another and another and another. And before you know it, you've got a whole army of satisfied customers, right? Ask for referrals. Hey, do you know anybody else that made this? Anybody else in your field because especially if you're doing, B2B stuff, if you're doing lawn care, right? You just did some shirts for a guy that, spring's coming or fall's coming up. They're looking at long sleeve shirts, hoodies. Got him the quote, you got him everything there. And he said, hey, get any other, and landscaping friend. Yeah, landscaping. Yeah. Any other landscaping buddies that could use our service? Yeah, hey, let us know. Hey, you know what? We can come up with a kickback for you on it. Lead. You know, let's see what we can do together. Ask, just like that. When we have people that ask for stuff that we know, the first people that come to mind are any of the companies that we work for. So if we've done anything with you on construction side, we've done anything out of any of our B2B side, well, this is who we go with. This is who we use. So we share that same information. We shop with who buys from us. They were our first choices for everything. And we let them, we don't let them know that, hey, this is why we're saying it. No, we do it because, we're confident in the people that we're suggesting because we've worked with them. And so it's super simple, right? Ask for those reviews. Ask for those referrals. Ask. Bring this back up here. All right. Look at that. Thanks, Aaron. Yeah, that's a great overall of email marketing. Nice job. Thank you. And Wendy, 95% of our new business is a referral. Love that. Certain times of year, December and September, the only new clients we accept are referrals. Love that. Love that. So as word of mouth, right? Everybody can do that one, right? Everybody can figure that out. Now let's kind of get into the social media side of things, right? Like social media can be a tough cookie to crack. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm not gonna sit here and try and tell you that it's super simple and super easy to do. It's not. You're just gonna post things and you're gonna hope that they come out and things are good there for it. You're gonna screw up. You're gonna put things in a place that they shouldn't be put in. You're gonna try and reach people that aren't your people. You're gonna fail a lot. You're gonna say Facebook ads don't work. You're gonna say all this because you just need to learn it. That's what it's gonna take. I mean, there's so much out there. Like when we just started up, Threads just started up. Super there on 1-2 days, and then we'll see how it turns out. But there is so much that you can do on the social media side. Between Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and Threads and LinkedIn. I mean, if you were to kind of go through it, there was this analogy that I read where it was comparing them, where it was like Instagram is like Hogwarts, right? And now I didn't get the reference because I've never watched it, so I had to have somebody explain it to me. But it said, it's because it's magic. I'm like, well, why don't you say it's like David Copperfield? Because then I would totally get that. But then they're like, well, some people might know who that is because you're dating yourself. Okay, whatever. But with the right hashtags and filters and that, it can make your business appear on hundreds, thousands, even millions of screens around the world, right? So you got to think about that. Knowing those things and the things to post and hashtags to use, so you're able to that. They said that Twitter is more like speed dating because you've only got a limit of 280 characters. So you got to make sure that your messages, the everything that you've done is quick and impactful, because you don't have a bunch of spot. And then like speed dating, if it comes across as boring or insincere, you're not going to get that second chance. So think about that on the things that you're posting on Twitter. And then Facebook, man, it's for more than just stalking your ex-girlfriend or your ex-boyfriend. It's more than pretending to follow people because you want to see how bad they're failing, right? I mean, not saying that I've done that or you do that, but we all know that person that's why they're on there, just to see how much drama they can stir up for it. But Facebook, it's a full-blown marketing machine, like nonstop. You create those engaging posts, and your business could be the most popular one in town. That's the thing, is you want to create those engaging posts. You want to show people what you do. You want to get them involved. You want to show it's more than just a sale. And it's pretty much in social media, that's what you want to do. You want people to share your content. You want them to consume your content. You want them to be able to understand what you're doing. You want to be their go-to for the particular process. It's all part of social media. It's super simple to post pictures, to post images, pictures and images. Come on, Todd. Come on, Todd. Pictures, messages. It's super easy to do it. Everybody has a phone. Everybody has a social media account. Start doing it. And for me, we've got our business page. So we've got multiple business pages. We've got, our main pages. We've got, what am I missing in there? Our groups. So we've got a lot of places that we can post at. And I'm going to talk a little bit. The next one, we're talking about repurposing content. I'll talk more about it, but there's plenty of opportunities for us to put stuff out there. And you got to think the other side on social media is that it can be, it can be a drag because people are after that vanity metric. And when you think, I only got, 10 likes on that. Well, I would rather have 10 good likes that could lead to 2 good sales than 1,000 likes that could lead to no sales. So don't get hung up on those vanity metrics of it. Now, in some instances, it's really, it does help out to have a vanity metric. One of those instances is social proof, seeing that, if there's 6,000 people that like a page, okay, then, it's not something new. So it does help out that aspect of it. So it does show up more. The other thing, where was I going with that? Social media posting more. I might have to come back to it. I might have to come back to that one because I totally went blank on it. I don't know where there was something that I was missing with it. But posting pictures, putting it out there. God, I can't even bring myself back to life, back to reality on that one. But on social media, the other thing is like there's so many analytical tools that can be used with it that it's like your own little crystal ball. You can see who's engaging with your content. That's it. I brought it back. Who's engaging with your content? How they're engaging? Their age bracket, their sex, their I think religion. You can find out a lot from there. It is way easier to find out somebody than reading tea leaves or dice or bones or whatever you throw in the cup and fill out. And it's a lot less messy too, right? You can just look and see at it. When it comes to content creation, this is where it's going to go with it. You may think that you're overposting, and until somebody tells you you're overposting, you're not overposting. I guarantee you that. Think about anything that somebody is promoting. Right now, the thing that we talked about the other day was the prequel to Willy Wonka, right? They're showing how he got his start. The movie doesn't come out till December, and I'm already seeing it all over. Why? Because they want us to know. They want us to hear about it, remember it, think about it for the next 6 months. So we're going to constantly see that stuff. A song on the radio becomes big because they continuously have you play it, so you hear it. So then you start thinking about it. Oh yeah, that song. Same thing with TV shows. As a TV show comes out, they're showing commercials for it. There's a lead up to it. From week to week, they're putting things out there. Going into anything, sports. Sports are pretty self-sufficient, right? They shouldn't have to show any commercials. People are just going to show up, right? Because that's how sports are. But yet, every week during football season, here's who's going to play. Here's who the Bears are going to lose to. This is just how it works. You're going to see it. Playoff. Oh, yeah, it's this time. It's this. Let's do all the build-up for it. Here's the hype shows. Here's everything else. Because they want you to show up to it. It's that same way. Keep putting your message out there. Because think about your own habits. When you're sitting there, how often do you scroll back? Like, do you go back 5, 6 scrolls? Do you go back an hour? If you're looking at right now, it's at 5:40 and you hop on your phone when this is over, of course, and you look at social media. Do you see what somebody posted at 9 o'clock this morning? Chances are no. You're only looking, in that short window. So unless you're putting it out there at that right exact time, you may not get the people you want to. So post more. There's no reason not to post more. You really, really should post more. And all of us should. We did a little experimentation of making sure of posting shorts in YouTube. Now, when it came to that, all we did was that we had posted 3 to 5 shorts a day, and we had done that. It was just the printer running. That was it. Just printers running, nothing else. There was no words. There was no trying to sell anything. And we did that. We started doing that in May. We're like, we need to make a change. And then in June, where things were with it. And so now things are starting to level out because we've been doing it for a while. But as of right now, over the last 28 days, we've got 47,000 more views than normal, 181 hour more, 181 hours of watch time more than usual, and subscribers we've got 51 more than usual. So we're building up, and all we're doing is a 15 to 30 second clip of just the printer printing. That's it. So you have things in your business that you're able to show doing: the DTG printer going, the DTF printer going, the embroidery machine going, the screen printing going, the sublimation printer printing out, the press opening and closing, the vinyl cutter cutting, masking. You can create those videos. And like I said, when you're looking at it, it's not even long ones. There's not even any talking with it. It's just showing it working. You can 100% do that. I'm 1,000% sure, because we showed that this is how it worked. What we showed here was it. That was on Tuesday with Todd, the first Wednesday of July, was it? Yeah, the first Wednesday of July. That's what we talked about, was showing our numbers and how we did it. And I challenged everybody, do it. I want to see what your results are. So it's the same thing. Post on social media, 3 to 5, 7, 12 times a day. You've got plenty of channels to do it. Post, 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 post. All right, let's check in and see what we got here. Let's see. MySpace. Yeah, why not, man? MySpace was big at one time, right? When he says, my take on social media is it's top of mind awareness. Pictures get more engagement. Asking opinions get engagement. Instagram is a pipeline for digitizers of people trying to sell me new services. And this is what you're going to find out. Instagram, I don't get a whole lot of that. So thankfully, knock on wood, now I will. But yeah, like when she sees that being the top of mind awareness. So she knows that from looking at her analytics that pictures get more engagement and asking opinions get more engagement. So those are things that you should be doing too. And FU Facebook user, thanks for joining us. Now, Facebook and StreamYard don't always play nice together. So you head right here to fatdadlive.com. That will get you into our YouTube side of things. And while you're there, make sure to like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell, so that way when we go live, you'll be notified. Which, hey, I don't know if you know this, but subscribing is free. And like 80% of you guys watching this right now aren't subscribed. So just hit that button, right? It helps the algorithms. Leaving comments. Everybody put a comment in here. That's why I always ask, to get those comments flowing, because that all helps. It all helps the algorithms of things right there. Now, Brian said, I'm sure the Netflix quarterback show was released 2 weeks before the first preseason game on purpose. Yeah, think about how it's planned out. What do we have? We have April that, if you look at the year of football, right? So Super Bowl's in February, and then you have, February to mid-March to, you're digesting that, and then you're talking about the draft, right? And then you have the draft in April, and then you spend April, May talking about, how the draft is and how everybody's going to be next year. And then preseason, is there going to be any trades, anything for it? And then right there, we're in the preseason, and that's the year football starts up. It totally makes sense. And then Darren said, I started again of taking time-lapse videos of things I'm doing while I'm laser. Yeah, and here's the thing, Darren. You don't even need to take time-lapse of it. Like if you sat there and you just sat there in front of it and did a 15, 30-second clip, boom, done. And then when it was done, boom, done, another one. Halfway through, and you posted those 3 separate ones, that's all you got to do. Like, yeah, you can run the time-lapse for it all, but just showing some of it. Sounds awesome, Darren. Yeah, it does. It does sound awesome. So one of the big things with all of this, right, is where are you going to find all this time, right? And what we have found is, so we used to use a service called Buffer. It is a free service. You can get a paid version of it. And it did okay about scheduling stuff out. Now, there's a lot of stuff in Facebook where we can schedule it out through our business suite. So we can put stuff, we can go in there, schedule it out, have it post in Instagram, have it post in Facebook, have it post in our group. So there's a lot with that. But that's Buffer. You can do that. What we found was with Buffer on certain things, it just didn't get the traction that it should have. I think a lot of things can get picked up on the third-party app side of it. And so you don't see as much traction as if you natively posted it. It's kind of like this with YouTube. I post the YouTube link in Facebook, and I really should be going live in Facebook on its own, because YouTube would push that more because it's a live on Facebook. They want people on their platform. They don't want them going to another platform. So with that, I need to take a sip here. It's starting to dry out. So you can schedule it up. So even when we're not here, like we're on vacation, right? There's still posts going out every day. We have stuff scheduled. We have Saturday posts that go out every Saturday, Sunday posts that go out every Sunday, Monday posts that go out every Monday. We have things that are scheduled to go out. We plan that from month to month on what we're going to have out there. Here's the things we're going to promote. Here's the things we're going to push. That's the only way on our side that one, we can make sure that we're meeting the requirements. So for some of our affiliate links, but the other thing too is that way we're getting that stuff out there for it. We got to think, like I said, remember that window where people are only watching, this much of it. We need to make sure that we're hitting as many opportunities as we can. So we need to put stuff out there. So by having our calendar of knowing this is going to post at this time, this is going to post at this time, that's going to post on this day, this is going to post here, it really helps out with that. Buffer did an okay job at it. If you're just getting started off, you can get the free one and you can connect to your accounts and you can post it here and you can schedule up times for it all there and it will take you out from there. And it's not a bad one. Like I said, that's what we started with. It was free, and I think we paid for the year for it. It was like $80 for the year. Generally, I don't try and play stuff for the year because what happens in 2 months if it breaks, and then I just wasted it all on it. But for one, it does a decent job of it. Now, the one that we are using most recently is, let me pull the link to it, is repurpose.io. Repurpose.io is what we're using right now. There's a link that's in the YouTube. There's a link that's in the description. Now, what is Repurpose.io? It's been pretty good for us. So what we can do with Repurpose.io is I can post like what I do now. So I'll post in YouTube Shorts, right? So I'll post the shorts in there in the morning, scheduled to go up. When it posts, Repurpose will then take that content and repurpose it, holy moly, and it will send that video over to our TikTok. It will send it to our Instagram. It'll send it to our Facebook business page. And so it'll generate content from that. Now, here's a fun thing is we just had somebody today put in a quote from a video that we did 3 years ago on a short on Puff HTV, printed Puff HTV. And so they're going to place an order for it. That's why you continuously put this stuff out here. You don't know when somebody's going to pick up from it or when they're going to see it. But, that's the thing that I like is it can take that same information and it can translate, or it can put it over in Facebook for us. It can put it in YouTube for us. It can put us in a lot of different places. One of the things that it can do is it can do podcasting. So it can take the audio from stuff and send it that way for it. So that was pretty cool. That was something that, somebody brought up that said, hey, you're already doing these shows, right? You're doing Morning Mindset every 3 times a week. Why don't you just have that as a podcast and then it can go from there? I'm like, I don't know. Why don't I do that? They're like, yeah, you've got the right software. You can just move it in there. Like, is it going to sound the greatest? No. Will you get better at it? Yeah. Will you hate the first ones? Absolutely. But if you're already setting up for it, might as well. And that's where we use repurposing that content. Man, it's so easy. I mean, think about this, right? How can I make this kind of cool, right? So think of like elementary school, right? In art class, and you had to create those amazing art projects with those recycled popsicle sticks and bottles and daubers or whatever the hell you brought from home. It's just like that, right? You're taking stuff that you're doing and you're repurposing it into something awesome, except there's not any glue needed, right? You're able just to take something you're already doing, and like this. Tuesday with Todd is a good example. So we've got 4 sections here that we're talking about. Each one of those can be broke down. I can pull content from each one of those, and I can put that on the Instagram. I can put that on the Facebooker. I can put that on the TikToker. I can put that in all these places. And so it's simple, right? You creating the content, and then it's just moving it from there. Like all of our old information, it's just like this big treasure trove of stuff of what can we do? Maybe we got to, polish this up a little or maybe update some of that. But it becomes the fresh and engaging pieces of content that we're able to use to reach new audiences. We talked about where we were in different market cycles. Just because I've said, oh, look, here's another way to do a sublimation koozie. Awesome. Ooh, But how many people haven't seen that? How many people it's the first time them hearing about it, the first time? So you always have to do that. That's why, and a lot of things, except when I was going through my dark spells, and a lot of you, a lot of you reached out and you were there for me during it, and I really appreciate that. You could tell something was up, and that's what we do. That's what Morning Mindset is about. Is getting there. But anytime we do this, I try to be as energetic and positive that I can, because I want people to be excited about it. I want somebody to take something away from this. I want people to be better than us, 1,000%. And it could be your 100th time watching it. It could be your 1,000th time, your millionth time, or it could be your first time. And I want that to be as exciting for you no matter how many times you're watching it. So, yeah, just do that. And then on the repurposing side of things, you're kind of like that one man band. I can do it all, because now I'm not spending all the time to do it. I'm putting it here. Now this is going to take this piece of content, put it over there. This can take this piece of content, and put it over there. Now repurposed IO, I think, costs us like $50 a month. Another thing, it's another expense. But when I look at that, $50 a month, if I say my time is worth $125 an hour, is that saving me a half hour time over the month? Absolutely. Absolutely 100%, because I'm just posting in one spot and it's posting in other spots for me. So I don't have to go do that. So 100% is it saving me. And that's what a lot of these things come down to. When you're like, oh, that might be more. What do you value your time at? Time is something you can't get back. So if you can buy some automation in place of that times, that's where the gold starts happening, because now it's working for you when you're not working. So it's one of those, any content can just rock, right? Just takes that little creativity with it. And even I've shown that just showing something, just printing, that's it. That's all it's doing. It's printing. Or just a press opening and us peeling something off, can generate, let's see what our, let's see, content, shorts, sort by most viewed, 3 years ago. So, I mean, it's, you gotta think, we can't get the vanity metrics and everything there, but the one that we did with the puff, solvent printed puff HTV, isn't much more than 22 seconds long of the press opening and closing, and it's got 20,000 views on it. So I mean, I'm cool with that. Other stuff, 12,000, 10,000, 6,000, 5,000, a bunch at that 5,000 thing. So I know there's people that kill it a lot more than us. I'm happy with what we got, because each one of those could be a potential sale, and we'll just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger with it, and that's what we're going to keep going with it. So when you look at some of these systems that are out there for you, you really have to see, how much is going to cost you, and how much time do you have to do it. On the email side of thing, hey, if you're spending 4 or 5 hours a month, value your time at $125 an hour. That's $500, $625 a month that you're spending on that email, right? So you want to make sure that you're bringing in the revenue to cover that time, because that's time you could be doing something else. Just like with posting, that's where we schedule our stuff off, and I try and take a couple hours throughout the week. That's what I'm going to do, is schedule this up. That's when we're going to put things out there. Just makes it easier, especially when you get into scheduling those things. So that's all. I mean, that's not all I have for you, but that's pretty much the 4 things in a nutshell for you. The social media side of things, the word of mouth, the email, and then repurposing your content. Now, where does that leave us now, and where we're going to go from here? Well, like I said earlier, Bob over at Fresh Horizons, we've talked for a while about collaborating on a few different things, and they run a digital marketing company, and they've been really successful with it. We've talked about doing different things, and I'm like, well, this is what I need. I think this is what would help us, and how can we do that? And you going through it and doing email campaigns, doing the review campaigns, doing the activating, your old emails, doing a missed text alert, a scheduler for appointments. These are all things that I think would help us out in our business. And going through it, I'm like, okay, well, what's this going to cost me? And then I start looking at it. I'm like, okay, so if it costs me $300 a month, all right, that's like 3 hours of time, and I don't have to do a whole lot of it. Like, what can you create for me? So we can go through and create some content. I can just fill out, a questionnaire of things, and then content can get created for me, and then I can approve it. And once it is approved, you can add it to the queue, and it just takes care of it for me. That doesn't sound too bad to me. So I said, let's work together on this, Bob. Let's figure out how we can make this and how we can do it for us and how it's something that we can offer to others. Because some people may be like, yep, that's what I need right now. And other people are like, nope, I'm not ready for it. So there's going to be different things that we can do with it, whether it's helping on your email, whether it's helping on your chats, whether it's live web assist. There's a lot of different parts that they are able to handle. And so we actually have a meeting tomorrow morning to kind of go over more of the systems and things that we can do with it. Now, they said some may be on, hey, I just need this for 3 months. I want to get my emails, going. I want to be able to do this. I want to get more reviews. I want to get this up. Okay, cool. Because everything is, minimum was going to be 3 months. Because you need 3 months to see how everything's going to work out. But, the longer you sign up for, of course, the cheaper it gets. So as we do that, we'll 100%, be on board, show you guys, here's what we're doing, here's how it's working. And if you choose to come along with us, awesome. If you choose to keep doing it on your own and spending all your time doing that when you should be, doing other things, hey, that's 100% on you too. You just got to figure out what you want to do with it. But for me, I want to spend more time working on my business than in my business. In fact, one of the things that I said to Corey today is I have a friend who the last 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, maybe 5 to 8 weeks, he's followed Grateful Dead around. That's what they did across the country. Just did it, like wherever they played, that's where they went and did. And I have somebody else that they just got back from, no, they get back next week, and they spent the last 6 weeks traveling RV across the country. Like, how did you do that? Well, they both work from home people, so they were able to work from anywhere. And they're like, why can't I work, in an RV? The other one's like, why can't I work on my bike? They traveled by bike for most of it. Here it is, cool. But here's the thing, like, yeah, you can do that. Like, if I don't have to do it, so I said, you know what? Maybe my goal is for next year, I want to take 4 weeks, and we're going to rent an RV, and we're gonna take the kids around. We're going to go see the world. Not the world, but they're going to see the country. Now, how does that work? I've got to automate a crap ton of my business for that to happen. Now, I've already been in talks with printers for the wide format side to handle our overflow stuff. So it'd be pretty simple for me just to transition all of that over there. Then I don't have to touch wide format printing anymore. They help it all. They take care of it here. It's a local people that we know, that we work with, that we trust, and they provide us great quality, fast turnarounds. So it's something that we could offer, and I didn't even have to touch it. The DTF side of it, hey, look at right now. We're down, but we're still getting stuff out. We're still getting it out in our timeline because we have a partner that works with us. So maybe there's a relationship where I can turn that into where we're not even printing DTF. We're having everything done for us. So there's, I think, a good opportunity for that to happen. And if I spend the next 10 months figuring it out, then by next summer, I can just go ahead and travel, and I can still do morning mindsets from the road. Wouldn't that be fun? Who knows where I'll be? Where in the USA is Todd? They won't even tell you. You'll just have to guess. But I think that's something that, why not? Why not do that? But automation is what's going to help that. Systems and automations is what's going to help that happen. So I think that's a goal that we're going to put out there for it. South Dakota, why not? I can come down to South Dakota. Why not? Because we're going to be in an RV. I could come visit all of you guys. Just show up. Be like, guess what? Bus is outside. Get on, punk. We're going for a ride. Who knows? And Brian said, let me get off that. Think Media shared AI tools this morning that will rip your YouTube video apart into social. Oh, like rip it apart. That's what's going to happen. Oh my, they're going to do. But into social media posts. See, things like this. Finding AI. AI is going to be the future. It is the future. It's not going to be. It is the future. And you need to. Right now, we're ground level of it. Right? It's just getting started. So get out there. Find out all the AI stuff that you can do to better your business, make things more efficient for you, become more automated at. And that's where on the marketing side of things, hey, if we're able to help you with that and help you achieve those goals, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to help Bob build his business, looking forward to building my business, looking forward to building your business. And everything that we're going to show that we're going to do with that, we're going to implement in our two businesses, mine, on the print side of things, Corey on the retail side of things. So we're not going to, here, you should do this because it's going to make us a buck. No, you should do this because we did it. And here's the results for it. So we really can do our best to keep everybody informed in the loop on that and show those things. And like I said, that that will probably be in the next 3 months ish. It might even be faster because there's some products that they already have that I think can really just with a little tweaky deaky here and there, we'll be able to use in our businesses pretty easily. I mean, things that are already standard, like the email reactivations, the review things, things like that we're able to do, and to consistently get reviews and have them go. That's kind of cool, right? Because if you're googling, t-shirt printer near me, and you come up and you're not listed on there, or you are and you have one review and there's people in front of you that's got 20, 30 reviews, but we can go and activate some of your old customers, some of your best ones, and you can get some 4 and 5 star reviews out of there and be up. Hey, that's a good thing to have. So yeah, right there. Where in the world is Todd Downing? We'll be in the U.S. somewhere. Great Tuesday with Todd. Best part with Senior Smile. Well, thanks, Wendy. We do Morning Mindset every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We will do that again tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesday with Todd. We'll come back with this. We'll come back. I think we'll visit some more marketing things maybe next week. We'll talk about some other stuff, maybe some more automation, things that you can automate in your business. You tell me. You guys tell me what you want. Put it down in the comments, things that you guys want to talk about topic wise. Doesn't always have to be about decoration and things like that. We can talk about whatever you guys want. What I want. But yeah, we've reached the end of our day. The end of our time. The end of our day. I don't even know what to say anymore. Morning Mindset tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure, subscribe. Go ring that bell. We'll go live. You'll be able to hear it. Hopefully you took everything away tonight. Everybody take at least one thing away. I really love it. If you took one thing away, put it down in the comments of what you took away tonight, because that will help out too. And then I want to see you. I want to see more of your posts. I want to see you talking about your email campaigns. Like I said, you've got the stuff in there for MailChimp. That's the stuff in there for Repurpose. That's the stuff that we use. When you factor in everything we do, it's probably close to $300 a month we spend on things, and that's a fraction of what we should be spending and could be spending. So we need to really up our game on stuff, and that's where I think I can get rid of some of this stuff, like the MailChimp side of things. Repurpose, we're seeing how that works, but then when I can go over to Bob's system and be able to be able to do more for less, I think that's going to work for there. I have a good place that talks about marketing every Monday. Maybe I'll post a link for that in the group. Yeah, do it. If anybody has anything marketing that, make sure to post it in the group, because we'd love to be able to do that and see more, because I'm a sponge. I want to soak up as much as I can, because maybe it's not the right fit for you and the way that your business works, everything, but maybe you can take one nugget away from it. And hopefully that's what I did today, was be able to give some people some nuggets to take on to their next part of their business and do things for it. Oh, look, I just got a thing that said something's going to be out for delivery. Ooh, I like that. I like that when things say they're out for delivery. It makes me feel special. All right. You guys have an amazing day. Peace, love, press on. We will see you guys next time.